Okay, let's have a look at a sweet little Näcmetdinov game played in 1929 at Kazan. So Näcmetdinov was black, he played e5 here. Now knight c3. Okay, he reacted with knight f6, which does help to prepare the liberating move d5. White plays like as at the Vienna, basically. So we have d5, I'm sure this is a line in Vienna, very well known. Knight takes e4 here. Now to knight f3, you notice that the queen h4 had been threatened there, so knight f3 takes away h4 from the queen. Let's make a note of that for later in this game. Bishop b4, queen e2 now, so I'm not daring to move the d pawn, of course, because then knight c3. Just challenging this knight, is it going to take on c3 or something? Well, actually, bishop takes c3 is played. So Nezhmetdinov is giving the dark square bishop away, he's doubling white's pawns. And now bishop g4, challenging this knight, pinning it. But bishop g4, if we look at the weakness of the last move, is the b7 square. The weakness of the last move, according to Maurice Ashley, should be looked at. Maybe white was focusing on that and thought, well, you know, why not queen b5 and materialistically take on b7? So queen b5 check. Unfortunately, this move suffers from a slight issue. Okay, it looks also extra attractive here because c6 looks out of the question, because queen takes b7 and it'd be winning like c6 pawn as well, hitting the rook. But if knight d7, it looks absolutely terrible because queen takes d5, hitting the knight and the pawn, winning even more material. So this looks as though, you know, there's white is white forcing king f8, but still queen b7 or even bishop a3 might be handy. So Nezhmet, I don't know how long he had calculated this beforehand, but he played c6, and this is the start of an absolutely brilliant and very early rook sack on a8. So it's totally getting white queen, you know, out of the way. So queen takes b7, and now a key move, bishop takes f3. So this is undermining white's control of h4, which wouldn't seem so critical if white's always got g3 anyway. Couldn't white just continue his munching plan and just hope for the best? Maybe that indeed queen h4 can be parried by say g3. Okay, this is a very interesting tactical situation. White dared to take the rook, and I think we need to engine check this, because this looks, my first question here, aside from the game continuation, is queen h4 an absolutely terrible move? I think it might be because of g3, okay, and I think it's to do with this knight and this bishop maybe. So knight takes g3, check. Okay, so if king e7, I think bishop a3 check. Yeah, bishop a3 check is strong, but also queen d6 is even stronger apparently. Then take, and now getting in the bishop a3. Okay, so this will be curtains for black. So that's why queen h4 check, which may have been relied on by white, is totally out of the question here. But Nezhmetdinov found a very interesting move. He played actually bishop takes g2, and okay, is this completely unsound? Could white have just taken with bishop takes g2 here, allowing queen h4 check? The evaluation is actually shrinking the more the depth this is. At depth 18 it's now 0.54, so I'm not really completely sure what's going on here. Let's assume bishop takes g2 was played by white. Check. Then we have the move king e2, and now not queen f2, because then king d1, and apparently massive advantage for white. But let's choose instead just castling. So say queen takes a7, and this looks like a potentially dangerous position for white, but engines which have no fear are giving white a slight advantage after c5. So that's kind of, maybe this is a murky combination after all from Näcmetdinov. But thankfully for Näcmetdinov, in the game actually, after bishop takes g2, white actually played bishop e2, which is not the best defense. In fact, it allows a forced mate in 5. I wonder if I gave you 10 seconds you'd be able to see them at the mate in 5. It's a smothered mate theme, it's a pattern. Okay, let's go over it now. So what happened was actually queen h4 check. So we get a smothered mate pattern, check with the knight, double check. The beautiful thing is it's a smothered mate in the centre, not in the corner, as they usually are. So I hope you can spot this next move, if I give you 5 seconds. Okay, queen e1 check. So forcing the rook takes e1, so there's no escape squares for the white king, because of the king's own pieces. Now knight f2 is embarrassingly mate. So it's a sweet game. I'm not sure it's totally theoretically sound, this continuation from black, but very interesting combination, and you know, drawing the white king to a8 basically. So with this seemingly sloppy bishop g4 and then queen b5 check, so the queen's distracted to win material. But to top it off, then there's this beautiful looking bishop takes g2, preventing the g3 defense. And white played a suboptimal defense. He should have really just done bishop takes g2 here to try and play on in that position. But this was fatal, this for the mate in 5. Check, double check, and smothered mate at the end. Hope you enjoyed it. Please leave me comments or questions on YouTube. Thanks very much.